is the Dirty Shirley Slush. You heard of a Shirley Temple? Well, there's a way to make her dirty.
Awake with a tummy ache on the good ship. Lollipop, it's a night trip. Into bed you hop. With a tummy ache on the good ship.
Guys, it's me, Comrade Lavender here, and today I'm back with another deep dive capitalism true crime video. Today I'm going to be doing the pure evil files of the Shirley Temple industry files. A deep dive into this topic, capitalism, baby burlesque, Hollywood predators, true crime, etc. My other YouTube videos related to this topic will be on the screen right now and also linked down below in the description for more if you'd like to check them out as well. I used to love watching Shirley Temple, but as I got older I always thought it was weird because it was basically baby burlesque and creepy men touching Shirley's leg in the movies and stuff. It was really unsettling. So let's get started into this YouTube video. The darling of American cinema, Shirley Jane Temple, the girl the Shirley Temple cherry mocktail drink was named after, with a cherry, the girl who basically did baby burlesque dancing, the kids version for capitalism predators in Hollywood, was abused psychologically and also abused mentally along with sexually from the moment she first appeared on screen back in 1932. And Hollywood did every trick in the book to hide these atrocities and abuses from the public. Shirley Jane Temple was born in Santa Monica, California on April 23, 1928, the daughter of homemaker and a bank employee. She fought off capitalist pig Hollywood moguls, who was exploited financially and robbed blind by her own father, and married a violent womanizer alcoholic who cheated on her repeatedly. No wonder she walked away from capitalist pig Hollywood, because capitalism puts profits of the lives every day underneath the system that is capitalism. In her 1988 book, Child Star, and Autobiography, Timple described the Baby Burlesks series as a cynical exploitation of our childish innocence. Shirley's original screen debt was in War Babies 1932 for Universal Studios. She was only 3 years old. It was one of 8 shorts, often sexually suggestive one-reelers, called Baby Burlesks, in which children mimicked adults. They dressed in adult costumes but wore diapers fastened with safety pins. In this particular one, Shirley played a sex worker. There were about 24 children involved in churning out the series, pumping out content to the capitalist pig sexual predators in Hollywood. If they misbehaved, they were abused and locked in a windowless sound booth and forced to sit on a block of ice. Shirley was sent to the punishment box several times over, and the lesson was made abundantly clear. Time is money. Wasted time means wasted money means trouble, she wrote. She wrote of being forced to work the day after she underwent an operation to lance her eardrum. On another occasion, she was made to dance on a badly injured foot. She wasn't given a break. Bright Eyes for the 20th Century Fox was released in 1934 and made her an international superstar. Between 1935 and 1938, she eclipsed even Clark Gable as the world's top box office star. By 1940, however, with 2 consecutive flops behind her, Fox decided to drop her contract. She was only 12 years old. Evidently, MGM felt she still had something to offer, especially given the studio's reputation for forcing its child stars to work relentlessly on film after film. Shirley wrote of her first private meeting with MGM producer Arthur Freed, the man who would go on to produce Singing in the Rain 1953. "I have something just made for you," he said, and unzipped his trousers and showed her his genitals, aka he's a pedophile. When she responded by giggling nervously, he threw her out of his office, and her MGM contract was torn up before she made a single picture for the studio. She was undoubtedly better off. When Judy Garland rightfully won the role of Dorothy in Wizard of Oz 1939, Shirley learned that L.B. Mayer had fondled Judy's breasts while explaining to the girl how she must sing from the heart. When Judy complained, he assured her he was a father figure and she was like a daughter to him, aka incest fantasy. Gross. Shirley Temple would most likely have to deal with the same sexual abuse. She had been a better singer and won the Dorothy role. David O. Shalinsky was, of course, the man who produced the iconic Gone with the Wind 1939. He was also a sexual Hollywood predator as well. There was no shortage of sexual predators in them and capitalist Hollywood. Shirley was 17 when she met with him to discuss working for a studio. His artistic director, Antal Colby, warned her to be careful if she found him in his stockings. Schlick met her in his office and was indeed in his stockings, which gave her the impression that casual sex could be a condition of employment. At his studio, coming around my side of the desk, she wrote, he took my hand in his. Glancing down, I saw the stocking feet. Pulling free, I turned for the door, but even more quickly, he reached back over the edge of his desk and flipped a switch I learned from Colby with a remote door locking device. I was trapped, blessed with the ability of a young dancer and confronted with a overweight producer. I had little difficulty avoiding his passionate clumsiness. Shirley Temple was often fought off sexual predators. Shirley was regularly groped, threatened, and terrorized by men in powerful positions in capitalism society of power in the Hollywood movie industry. One producer attempted to clarify the situation for her. Look, I'm going to be a big executive, he told her. We're going to have to get along. What I had in mind was just a workplace formality. Sex is like a glass of water. You get thirsty, you drink. You want sex, you'll have it. Another lowlife was comedian George Jessel. He invited her to his office to discuss a key role in his upcoming movie. Shirley recalled, we were standing at pace apart, eyeball to eyeball. In one swift moment, he opened his trousers with a sudden reach, encircled me with one arm. I could feel his other hand grope to lift my shirt. Little I could do but thrust my right knee upward to his groin. Pain, disgust, and hate flickered across his face, but I felt no mercy. In the early days at 20th Century Fox, the studio was on the verge of bankruptcy until Shirley Temple came to the rescue. After a lengthy legal battle dispute, her salary at Fox was increased more than sixfold, and even her mother was given $250 a week at a time. The average annual income for a worker was around $1,800, about $35 a week. For each completed picture and scene, Shirley was paid $15,000 bonus, later raised to $35,000 per film. However, the world's highest paid child star was given just $13 per month, pocket money, even though $10,000 per week paid into her bank account at the end of her peak of her career. There should have been over $3.2 million in her account when she came of age, but she discovered as an adult that only $44,000 was left. Her father had squandered the rest and stole from her and exploited her. For reasons many find inexplainable, I felt neither disappointment nor anger. The ever-forgiving Shirley wrote, best-selling author Graham Greene, The Power and Glory, The Third Man, The Quiet American, etc., seemed to be sexually fixated with Shirley in her early movies. For instance, referring to her role in Captain January in 1936, he wrote, her neat and well-developed rump twisted in the tap dance. Shirley was 8 at the time. His 1937 review of Willy Wiki produced more of the same. Wearing short nilts, she is a complete Trotsky with the way she measures a man with her agile studio eyes. With dimpled depravity, adult emotions of love and grief glistened across the mask of childhood, a childhood skin deep. He continued in similar vain and disgusting fantasy. Her admirers, middle-aged men, respond to her to the sight of a well-shaped and desirable little body, packed with enormous versatility only because the safety curtain of story and dialogue drops between their intelligence and their desire. Shirley and Fox sued him for libel and won. In 1945, at the age of 17, she married actor John Agar. It was anything but a happy marriage. Agar was handsome, but limited as an actor. He was also an abusive alcoholic womanizer, a violent man who regularly abused his teenage wife. He continuously had womanizer affairs and was frequently arrested for drunk driving. He resented being married to a woman who was so loved by an entire nation. His regular complaint revealing on and telling on himself was, who wants to shake the hand of the first man to put it to America's sweetheart? By 1949, Shirley was ready to file for divorce on the grounds of mental cruelty. Agar tried to derail her appointment to the diplomat post by telling the FBI she was emotionally unstable. At age 22 in 1950, Shirley turned her whole back on Hollywood, rightfully so, and married a man named Charles Black following a 12-day courtship. After their marriage lasted for 55 years until his death in 2005, Shirley, the most loved and admired child star in the history of cinema, passed away in 2014 at the age of 85. The sexual predators in Hollywood are still out in the open. Just look around you. Nickelodeon, all the TV shows, Jeffrey Epstein, etc.